What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more The. We're here to finish Soul Mining 1983. Thank you once again to Phil for providing their discography and to Kim who brought them to my attention in the first place. Because unlike with some other deep dives where I've gone through a band's catalog, or I'm currently going through it, and I had heard their name or one or two of their songs, The I had never been aware of, and I very much enjoyed this album. But yes, the final tune on Soul Mining 1983 is Perfect, and that is not me giving that description, though it might very well be that. But yes, that is the song title. I've talked about this in other reactions to songs which use the word perfect or perfection in the title, but it's an inherently subjective and external assessment, meaning it is not a quality in of something itself. Something can be fully efficient, it can always provide a certain outcome, but the word perfect involves or implies a value judgment from some subjective observer. So yes, I do wonder what is perfect and who is designating it as such, and whether that usage is genuine or maybe sarcastic. So let's see what I can pick up on a first listen. This is The song is Perfect, and it's the final tune on their 1983 album, Soul Mining. It sounds like Wild Thing.
And solitude is never easy to maintain, except when it rains. So I hang an empty smile beneath my empty eyes and go out for a walk. The wet morning sun reflects off the paving stones, while a little dog barks its head off in the distance. Oh, what a perfect day to think about myself. My feet are firmly screwed to the floor. What is there to feel from such a regular world? Oh, what a perfect day to think about myself. My feet are firmly screwed to the floor. What is there to feel from such a regular world? Passing by a cemetery, I think of all the little hopes and dreams that lie lifeless and unfulfilled beneath the sun. I see an old man fingering his perishing flesh. He tells himself he was a good man and did good things, amused and confused by life's little ironies. He swallows his bottle of distilled damnation. They're looking for something that doesn't exist. The world we once knew is being eaten up by rust. No one has time for the past, but still in God they trust. The future is now, but it's all going wrong. Bodies queue for nothing, but it's to nothing they belong. People say they're prayers and some work hard. If you give them all your money, they'll give you their hearts. Just don't think like a ghost. It's getting like hell. Oh, what a perfect day. Just think about myself. Nothing ever listening to the floor. Why does it feel from such a regular world? Oh, what a perfect day. Just think about myself. Nothing ever listening to the floor. Why does it feel from such a regular world? Oh, what a perfect day. To think about myself. Nothing ever listening to the floor. Why does it feel from such a regular world? Oh, what a perfect day. To think about myself. Nothing ever listening to the floor. Why does it feel from such a regular world? Oh, what a perfect day. To think about myself.
What a fascinating song. Like, first of all, sonically, there's a lot of different instruments and, let's say, non-standard instruments in a band song. Meaning there's definitely, I think it's a xylophone. I suppose it could be like a steel drum. I think it's a xylophone though. I think there's also a trumpet, even sounding a bit, bugle-ish in the track. There's a layer where at first I was like, oh, it's a harmonica. And then I was like, wait, it's like, if it is a harmonica, it's sort of like echoed and bigger. And then I was like, wait, is it an accordion? So yeah, there's a lot going on sonically. And the lyrics have me just as fascinated. And to be fair, the songwriting on this album has really stood out, even if I can't always put all the pieces clearly in a row on a first hearing of some of the songs. But yeah, so it's like, okay, he's saying it's a perfect day, but then he's talking about how his feet are like screwed into the ground, and what does he have to fear from such a regular day? Am I hearing that line right? Obviously, that could go a different way if I'm not hearing all the words correctly. But then he's talking about how, like, everything's going wrong, and some people work really hard, and if you give them your money, they'll give you your heart, or like the other way around, I think, like, if you give them your money, they'll give you their heart. Like, there's lines here that I'm intrigued by that I caught at least in part, but I don't quite know how to put it together. At the very least, it sounds like he's talking about things and timescales beyond a single day, and maybe perfect day. There is a bit of irony or sarcasm to that. I mean, I think he even made reference to like a whole bunch of ironies. So yeah, it sounds like maybe the perfect day depends on who you are or what time scale you're talking about. But saying that everything's going wrong suggests that it is more complicated. But yeah, I enjoy the light, bright feel to the tune, which if some of those lines are heading in a different direction, then there's that contrast of a tune that's sort of bright and happy sounding, but actually thematically a bit darker. Either way, I very much enjoyed going through this album. Thank you again to Phil for stepping up with the discography, and to Kim for bringing my attention to this group. And I believe the next album, is it Infected? I think that's right. Or is it Infection? I think it's Infected. Either way, I was looking in the drive, and again, big thank you to Phil, and if I'm remembering correctly, that's next. Though, as I say this, I think I reacted to the title track already. I think that's one of the tunes that Kim shared at the beginning of this deep dive that I did as part of a conceptual playlist. So I'll make sure not to repeat anything, but we will be on to the next album next time. Let me know what you think, and Luca and I will see you next time. Peace. Yeah, I know. What was that chair, Luca? I was surprised too.